Part 2.
No
This
clue.
is what happens, though. This is what happens when you're bad mouthing the president. He'll cut you off. That's he was watching and he's like, hit the button, knock out that Wi-Fi. So
You're right.
we're Jimmy Kimmel now.
He did it to Jimmy Kimmel. He obviously did it to us.
Yeah,
We are
exactly.
sorry. Dear leader, we apologize.
You literally do have the world's best watches LLC. I can't believe. I will fight if you want to sponsor us. I'm even air dicking as I say fight.
That's right.
Just like you do. Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the live broadcast. Comment as we go along. We do have some things we want to get to here before 5 o'clock. And I think it's good stuff. All right. We are currently using my Wi-Fi on my phone. So
that's what it's
better.
Okay.
I think it's going to be better than the hotel.
What kind of hotels are you staying at? La Quintas? No offense to the La Quinta people.
No, I think I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. It's stressing me out.
Let's just get to something that's nice and relaxing, like horror movies.
Yeah. I thought this was an interesting list. Yeah.
Yeah. Complex kind of knows its stuff. There are some things that I take issue with, but for the most part, we'll go through the top 10. For the most part, I think they're kind of spot on. And I appreciated the fact that they paid reverence to the OG Universal monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So I think so many times it's recency bias, right? And with the advent of special effects and everything, things can be more intricate. But there's something to be said of just like the less is more of that original run of Frankenstein and the original and Nosferatu, of just how they set the mood.
Yeah, I think we assume old is corny and just not as good. But when you look at this entire list, and we're not going to go through all 31 of them, but if you are looking for some good horror movies, this list is full of them. Everything from Night of the Living Dead. You mentioned Nosferatu, Fan of the Opera, even some modern ones as well. It's a really good list, but we've got the top 10 that we wanted to share with you. So give me number 10.
Number 10 is The Wolfman from 1941. Like I said, one of those OG Universal monsters. And as a kid, I had convinced myself I was a werewolf.
Why did you believe that?
Because as a child, an 8-year-old, in our library at our Catholic school was a book about So You Think You're a Werewolf. And it had and it had all these things of like, if you have this, if you have that, if you have this, you're a werewolf. And obviously Teen Wolf was a big thing at that time. And so I went to my parents. I'm like, am I a werewolf? They're like, no, you're just an idiot. And they're just like, why is that book in the library?
So while the girls were reading Judy Blume, you were pretending you were a werewolf. That says a lot, actually.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it says a lot about me, I think.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this.
I killed Bela. I killed Richardson. If I stay here any longer, you can't tell who'll be next.
Comment down below if you have ones that you want to include in this list, because I think it's really some good stuff. So I mean, just check that trailer out. That's pretty disturbing.
It is. I will say, what was it? Pillaging, plundering, or whatever. That's actually one of the Trump watches too. After the fight. It's one of the Trump watches as well.
And if you don't get the reference, you can search our channel and find.
Yeah,
we almost talked about the Trump watches, and then Trump decided
then they
pulled the plug to be on the internet.
Then they pulled the plug.
Yeah.
But yeah, for what it is, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And the thing that really sticks out to me as we go through this list of the older horror movies is just the fact of like all of society coming at these characters. Mm-hmm. There's always the torches and the pitchforks. and it ends up being an allegory for what we're actually doing to ourselves, which I love that part of it.
Yeah, and I think, as I'm thinking about this, okay, so we've got Wolfman, we're going to see a couple other, Dracula and Frankenstein coming up, and I wonder if it's a case of so many of those original characters, the Mummy and those things, became Scooby-Dooified. It became sort of a joke. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, and so it stopped. But when you go back and you watch the original source material, you go, holy shit, that's an intense movie, especially for the time.
Yeah, that damn Monster Mash really screwed them over because everyone thought they were just dancing around and singing.
That's right.
Up next, so The Wolfman from 1941 comes in at number 10 on this list from Complex of the 31 best horror movies of all time. Number 9, Dracula from 1931. Crazy.
None of my buttons are working. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Oh, what's he done to you, dearie? Tell me.
He came to me. He opened the thing in his arm, and he made me drink.
Yeah.
That'll keep you up at night.
Exactly. I remember, was it Dark Shadows? Was that the TV show? Like in the 70s about it was kind of like the soap opera, the at night, and it was about vampires. And I remember like my grandmother watching that one time and it freaking the hell out of me. Mm-hmm. You're right. I think some of these monsters, the older ones, get kind of Scooby-Dooified to where they're innocuous, but at the heart of it, it's terrifying stuff.
Yeah,
and
it really is.
When did Bela Lugosi pass the horror master torch to Vincent Price? Is the question I ask.
Yeah,
because it seems like that.
That's a good question. I don't know, and I guess I have trouble putting them in the same category because Vincent Price was almost the conductor of scary things. He wasn't a scary person himself, but wherever he was, something scary was going on.
Scary happened.
Yeah. Whereas Bela Lugosi obviously would transform himself into these crazy creatures. But I think when you're looking at eras, you go, there's the Bela Lugosi era, there's a Vincent Price era, there's and you chunk it up like that. This next one from a studio that I don't know if they know how to make a bad movie, A24.
Oh, they have such interesting stuff. They are willing to take big swings, and I really enjoy. Like, I think they did the Civil War movie that was shot like with Kristen Dunst is really good. Mm-hmm. But Hereditary is the name of this one. I've heard good things. I don't really have much of a point of reference. I know Toni Collette was really, really good in it, and I think had this movie come out nowadays after Demi Moore last year for The Substance got a Best Actress nomination.
Oh, that's a good
Horror's more in vogue. I think she probably would have got at least a nomination for Golden Globes, if not Academy Awards, for this performance.
Well, watch 45 seconds of this and tell me if it just doesn't freak you the hell out.
I don't like this.
Oh, no.
Dad, I don't like this.
What's happening? Peter!
This Wi-Fi also.
Raise your voice at me. I am your mother.
If you can still hear me in the chat, post something. Because, it's so horrifying we can't even watch it. And that's how horrifying it is. We had people too.
Are you still there? Hello.
Oh, that's too sad. That's too bad.
All right. Well, I'm on, and I think Mike is on. Well, Mike is on. I don't know if he knows he's on. That's what we're not sure is happening right now. If you're in the comments below, you can hang on. Let me see if I can send him a chat and see if he's on here, because we'll continue with this list. So that is Hereditary. We're going to go to the next one on this list. Is an absolute classic, and it's hard to top Alfred Hitchcock, and this particular one is particularly good. So let's watch just this clip from there.
The murderer, you see, crept in here very slowly. Of course, the shower was on, there was no sound, and
see it uncut, intact. No one will be admitted to see it except from the very beginning. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Rated M. Suggested for mature audiences. Parental discretion advised.
And so, and that was a true thing when the movie came out, was that they truly wouldn't let you in after the beginning because the beginning was such an important part of it.
Ah, that makes sense.
I don't know how much of that you saw, Mike, but people are saying that they do have us both on the screens. Sorry about that, everybody.
Oh, that's okay. That is fine. I didn't know if it was on my end or your end or whatever, but I know we went from Hereditary. That's where I got locked up, to Psycho at number 7.
Yeah.
Number six is one I take a little bit of umbrage with it being this high, but you have to remember it gets crapped upon now, but you have to remember at its time it was groundbreaking, and it kind of was the first of the POV horror movies.
Yeah, the found footage phenomenon began with
Yes.
this movie, and if you so you have to put aside all the other found footage stuff because a lot of it is just garbage, and really appreciate how remarkably well this was done. And I think it was at Sundance where they entered it in the documentary category.
Well, that was the thing. So there was that added level of, holy crap, this is real, and so that buzz and that word of mouth, and just the guerrilla style in which they shot it, I do give them credit for that.
And the acting was damn good.
How do we know it was people?
Well, even if it wasn't, I'm not going to play with that either.
And it's all because of me that we're here now. Hungry and cold and hunted. Just want to apologize to Mike's mom and Josh's mom and my mom.
Tell me where you are, Josh! I'm gonna die out here.
And so
intense.
It's intense. It really is intense, and even at the time, because we had never seen a movie that was shot like that before, and once you bought into its own world of reality, it's scary as hell. It's scary as hell.
Well, it speaks to kind of it's scarier in your mind than anything they can show you on screen.
Right.
So it's just that unknown of, they're being stalked by something. They're out running, but you can't see it. And it just, even talking about it makes the hair on my arms go up, because it's just that unknown of like, what the hell is coming after us?
Yeah, I think so. And that's kind of what made Hitchcock so good too. Is he had a really good way of hiding what was scary.
Yes.
In there. All right. Up next, what do we have?
After Blair Witch, we have the quintessential slasher serial killer. It started the genre, but once again, I had an opportunity. Here we go. Shameless plug alert. I had an opportunity to interview one of the stars of this movie, PJ Souls, just recently. And she reminded me that not a lot of blood. Like, you'll see some of the deaths on screen, but it wasn't overly gory for the sake of gore. And that kind of, just the slow stalking nature of the main character and just kind of showing up is what's unnerving. And mostly, talk about the score. The musical score on this, the dissonant tones, throws everything just like, I don't know what the hell's going on here with Halloween.
Yeah, let's watch.
Halloween night. A small American town. 15 years ago. Halloween, the night he came home.
So, and one of our viewers, Dirty Laundry Hockey, said, classic or older is a good story, just don't go for the gore, which I tend to agree, but I think you're right. This one isn't as gory. You know, again, it may have been spoiled by the knockoffs and its own sequels that followed.
Yeah, right. Yes, agree. I think sometimes if you go back and watch that first one, and just the fact that like made in like 3 weeks, they only a couple of takes, you know, it's just like the guerrilla style in which they shot that movie, it translates onto the screen, and it's just with the score and everything else, a iconic character, and definitely, I think, well placed. Definitely a top 5 of all time. It's one of those ones you have to watch every Halloween. Absolutely. As we go through this list of the 31 best horror movies of all time from Complex. Number 4, you know, as much as we talk about Blair Witch saying it was a documentary, there was an era of that to this as well. It was the whole based on a true story thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and in this case, there actually was a Leatherface person who did these sorts of things. It was amped up for the movie, but yeah, the way it is portrayed in Texas Chainsaw Massacre is crazy.
It's a grindhouse film. It really is. It's like that gritty, just kind of realistic, just kind of unsettling. There's so much to it where you just go, just the visuals, just like, eh.
And this is one I need to revisit because I think it's one of those ones that my point of reference would have been watching it as a dare on a sleepover,
right?
And it was scary enough then, but I think it has a lot more depth to it than just being a Tobe Hooper slasher film.
Yes.
Sally, I hear something. Stop! Stop!
This is the movie Rex Reed called the most horrifying motion picture I have ever seen. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre from New Line Cinema.
It's a freaky movie. It really is a freaky movie.
There's a lot going on. There's the weird old grandpa. There's wearing somebody else's skin on your face as your face. And it was the one that initiated the whole concept of the final girl.
That's true.
Each horror movie has the quote unquote final girl who makes it to the end that's able to best the beast inside. And this one was kind of the start of that.
Was Tobe Hooper associated with Night of the Living Dead as well?
I believe so.
I don't know why
I believe so.
I could be wrong about that.
Anyway, the remake, possibly.
A great, both great movies, and that one is an intense watch. Texas Chainsaw Massacre for sure.
Number 3, we go back to the old school with The Bride of Frankenstein from 1935. And to be honest, I'm not as familiar with Bride of Frankenstein as I am of Frankenstein.
And it's always been my understanding, and this is one that I'll need to revisit as well, that it is better than Frankenstein. That it was one of those rare sequels that actually improved as they brought a new storyline into it. That's some
a
pretty,
lifetime of entertainment in 2 hours.
In just 2 hours, and your life is over. There's nothing left after that. That's some pretty intense camera work too. When you look at the shadows and the things that again weren't being done in cinema at that time.
Yeah, especially for 1935. It's not like they had the technology we have today, where your phone can do all that, or you can hit a little effect button. It's like, no, some guy's got to be running and doing this and swinging a jig around and everything
all
else.
Practical effects, all just done in camera, and a brilliant score, and just a really good story, and worth a watch as well.
Yes. As we move on, by the way, quickly before we get to number 2, the new take on The Bride by Maggie Gyllenhaal. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No, I've not.
Christian Bale plays Frankenstein, and they're playing Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein like Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, neat.
They go on like a crime spree, and like it looked like a really cool take. That comes out, I want to say, in January of this upcoming year, January 2026. Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride. Check that trailer out if you have not before. As we get to number 2 on this list of the 31 best horror movies of all time, The Shining. I mean, come on. Just red rum, and like, and the performance by Nicholson in this thing is just beyond. Words can't describe how good he is in this role.
I don't suppose they told you anything in Denver about the tragedy we had up here during the winter of 1970? I hired a man named Charles Grady as the winter caretaker. And from what I've been told, I mean, he seemed like a completely normal individual. But at some point during the winter, he must have suffered some kind of a complete mental breakdown. He ran amok and killed his family with an axe.
Well, you can rest assured, Mr. Ullman, that's not going to happen with me. I killed you and Danny.
You did this to me. Didn't you?
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains. Here's Johnny.
No, thank you.
Yeah, when the elevator opens up and the blood just goes, you're like, okay.
Well,
that's not normal.
I mean, it's already a scary movie by itself. You add Stanley Kubrick's weirdness to it. And, I mean, it just pins you to the chair. You don't know where you're going with this thing. And if you think about your first watch, and if you haven't watched it, obviously go watch it. But it just has this ability to just nail you down and will not let you up until this thing is over. And it's not, that trailer is almost deceiving because it pounds and it's going and the movie's not like that. The movie is just like holding you by your throat and slowly sucking the oxygen out of you.
Much like the slow descent into madness of the main character. That's what you're kind of feeling, and they set the mood and just the random ass visuals, like when the twins come up out of nowhere and the old naked woman in the bathtub, and you're like, what the am I looking at? And then there's like
the goddamn bartender is scary.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not the same as the toilet attendant, is he? He's not the bathroom attendant. I mean, everybody in that movie is scary.
Yeah,
Shelley Duvall is scary. I mean, it's awful.
Even the guy who has the shinning, who can feel Danny's presence, he's a little scary there too.
Yeah,
that's Scatman Crothers or whoever was that played him. I can't remember.
Yeah. He does an impression. He does an impression of Bugs Bunny, and it's scary. The whole thing is scary.
It's goofed, but not as scary as number 1. Now, I will preface number 1. I may have to look away when this trailer hits because I am scarred to my core, and I think part of it is my Catholic upbringing, but part of it is this movie was foisted upon me. All right, I was a scaredy cat as a kid. Vincent Price's voice in Thriller scared me. That's how much of a scaredy cat I was as a child, okay? So I had not really watched a horror movie. And all of a sudden, on a random-ass Wednesday, in my theology class at Marmion Military Academy, we're discussing possession and the different things that are going on or whatever. And so brother Jude says, "Hey, on the topic of what we've been discussing, we're going to watch The Exorcist."
Oh my
Now,
Lord. I can't believe they showed that to you.
I've never seen a single scary movie in my life. And they've hit and bro Jude, now granted, I'm a freshman in high school, it's an all boys school, so you can't be like, "Sorry, teacher, I would like to leave the room." Like, you're never gonna live that down. You're gonna be like, "Oh, he's the boy who left the room." So I'm watching it and I break out in a cold sweat and just start feeling nauseous and it was just the worst. And I was like, I can't do that again. Thank God we only watched it in that one class period for like a couple of the scenes. But I was like, what is going on here?
And look, you're not alone there. Of course, the stories are just notorious of when this movie came out, of people just tumbling out of the theater, vomiting, and there is a hint of a true story in here. This is based on a girl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was based on a boy, I think in St. Louis, who was believed to be possessed, and so that's what the book is based on. And I'm actually only going to show a bit of the trailer because the trailer is so damn disturbing.
The whole thing is just goofed. And like I said, I get antsy just talking about. It's one that, despite people saying it's so, I have never gone back and watched any other part of it. Like, I just can't. It scarred me so much. I just can't. I'm just like, that's one where I'm like, nope, and not even any of the sequels, not any of the reboots. I just can't.
It still holds up. There's no question.
Something beyond comprehension is happening to a little girl on this street, in this house. A man has been sent for as a last resort to try and save her.
I'm going to stop right there.
Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you.
This goes on for another 90 seconds of just these freak faces appearing on screen one after another. It's not...
Holy Jesus.
And these are just like frames from the movie until it finally gets to its resolution. And so, yeah, if you're not... I mean, it's just everything about it is horrifying. And it's hard to watch.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
God. Yes, sorry.
Going to the movie. Sorry. Can you imagine going to the theater and this trailer plays? And you're going there to see probably an R-rated movie, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But you go in and you're expecting one thing, and then you got to sit through that. Like, you're like, and then there's Maud. And then there's Maud. And what the hell am I watching?
And one of the, I think one of the aspects of The Exorcist that really makes it a fascinating film is when you watch it, there is little to no score. So there isn't the tension music. There's just tension silence.
Which is sometimes worse.
It's worse.
Yeah.
It's worse.
Way
it's
worse.
Like it's same thing like with Blair Witch Project. I mean, it's just all the Hollywood stuff appears to have fallen away when you watch the movie.
Oh yeah, that's true. So you're immersed in more of like, oh my God, this is actually happening in real life.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that's always been my take whenever I've watched it. Is with little exception, there's not a lot of soundtrack to it, and I think that makes it more intense.
It doesn't have the bells thing or whatever that
Tubular Bells. Yeah,
made it. Yeah, that made it onto like the top 40.
It did. Yeah, it was a top 40 hit. It was played on all the the top 40 radio stations. And now here's the theme from The Exorcist.
Right. just out of nowhere. A couple I want to hit real. Yeah, a couple I want to hit real quick. We don't, but I just obviously Night of the Living Dead. I love the metaphor of that. Romero, I'm a mark for Romero. I love all of his work. I'm a big zombie guy. Night of the Living Dead is another one that just kind of, much like The Shining, you're just sitting there, you're like waiting, and then the ending happens. You're like, oh damn, I didn't, like, you think one thing, you're like, oh, they're saved, and then you're like, well, one person saved, but one person isn't, and there's a reason for that. So I love that one, and another one that just kind of the vibe of it, The Thing.
Oh yeah,
with Kurt Russell, like just the whole vibe of that, of just like out in a desolate like outpost and in frozen tundra, and you're just kind of in the middle of nowhere with nothing around you, and this thing, pardon the pun, but the actual thing is just there, and you're not quite sure, and that one really gets me too. It's a really good one to watch where you just turn all the lights off. One that I've never seen that's on the list too, that much like I think the Exorcist thing, Suspiria, so bizarre.
Okay. That I have a similar story that you do.
Okay.
Suspiria, in the early days of having cable at home, Suspiria was one of those movies that kept popping up on HBO or whatever we had at the time. And there was this moment in time of where you just, okay, whatever movie's on next, I guess we're watching that.
Yes.
It is a disturbing movie, and I was 10 or something like that when we were watching it, and yeah, it's one of those where even if I see the trailer for it or a clip from it, it's like, oh, I get the same heebie-jeebies you do from that.
Never seen it, but I've heard so many people who are horror aficionados say, "Yep, not for me, not for me." So. Pretty cool list. You can check it out for yourself. But I like we went through the top 10, and I appreciate all the hard work to get those trailers. But yeah, number one, let's move on quickly, because I just that marinating. I just got to get that out of the system. Just like, yeah, see ya.
I'm with you. All right, so it is the time in the program when we go to This Week in Slow-Mo. I cannot find my buttons. I'm sorry, Mike. We go to This Week in Slow-Mo, the moment you've been waiting for, or not.
Yes. I think it's everyone's favorite part, because it signifies we're getting towards the end of the show.
All right, so in this particular moment of This Week in Slow-Mo, we have a guy who is using a 3-foot circular masonry circular saw.
Oh, Christ. Is this Faces of Death in This Week in Slow-Mo?
And despite that lead-in, I promise it's funny.
Okay. I promise you, he is not dead, and he is okay.
He's
right.
Fine, but this video is amazing.
Oof.
Did you?
That was a lot.
Did you follow what happened?
That was a lot.
In there?
It took off on him, and then he somehow brought it around town, and stuck it in the floor.
But he damn near cut himself in half. Watch in slow motion, and you can kind of pick out a little more of what's going on here.
Oh my freaking God. I did not see that part of where the guard came up and saved his freaking life.
As we go through this, I'm amazed that there was a guard at all.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a guy who really cares much.
I don't know where
safety.
this is. Well, I don't know where this is from either. It just has that third world look at it, and the guy is just sort of ad hoc doing this job, and it involves this thing. All right, let's zoom in a little bit so we can appreciate how crazy this actually is.
Oh, I didn't even notice that it kept going towards the wall.
Yeah. That's called momentum, my friend.
Holy!
Once
I didn't notice
once he let
that.
go, yeah, it was Ghost Riders on the Storm. I mean, off it went.
That thing could have come back after. Okay, can I just mention something? If you're going to do something as dumb as what you're doing, why the hell do you have something less than 2 feet behind you that you could fall over and impale yourself on?
Okay, he's on a balcony. I don't know. He's wearing shorts. I think his shirt is dangling. There are extension cords on the floor. There are so many things, and we're going to slow it down even more because there are just so many things in here that it's amazing, amazing he's alive. Look how close.
Oh my God.
Look at this.
Is this it's like watching the Saw movie.
Okay, I'm going to roll that
How
back
many
because
times
go ahead.
Should he have been dead?
Yeah.
Like he's got more lives than a cat. Yeah. Let's count the ways he should have died.
Yeah, because he does do this kind of thing almost like a cat where he arches his back and it may have saved his life. Okay, right there he almost dies.
That's one.
Watch the
Here comes
back go
two.
up.
Yep.
To spring himself out of the way.
Oh.
And off this thing goes.
God bless. And then he has to look to make sure. Oh,
Right.
There's the bucket.
So let me just go back just a second there because the amount of things that are on this floor here. So you've got what appears to be
Oh God, the Christmas Story socket. Well, I guess there's just one too many.
I mean, talk about a horror movie. Yeah, he's got this crazy tangle of extension cords next to a bucket, and when the blade
with water in it.
With water in it, yeah. Well, you got to keep the blade wet. When the blade comes down, at first I thought it sparked because it hits the cement. I think it cuts the extension cord in half.
Oh, I thought maybe it hit the metal of the bucket on the side and sparked that way.
Let's watch that. Watch when the thing comes down.
No, it's the extension cord.
And watch the fancy footwork here. He just dances out of the way. Almost gets tangled up in the cord.
And pulled towards the wall some more.
Look at that thing rolling away. I mean, it's just
I know. That's oh, my God.
It's got a life of its own.
It's this summer. Or this.
Yeah.
It's the major. Yikes.
Now we switch over to the anguish cam, and there's plenty of anguish in this video, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Right there.
Now he knows he's going to die.
Yes.
He almost dies.
Right. 2.
He dances.
3. And then relief.
And then you have to check yourself to see if you're alive. That's anguish as well.
Yeah, that is. You're never really when you have to check to make sure your insides weren't sliced out of your abdomen. That's pretty anguish-inducing. Yes. God bless.
Yes. If you have to check and make sure that you weren't cut in half because you're not entirely sure, that is a moment. So again, let's go back to the beginning and just watch how insanely fast this all takes place.
Jesus Christ.
Milliseconds.
Can you imagine on YouTube searching how to use so-and-so drill and this video pops up?
Right. I mean, it looks like...
Or not drill, saw, I should say.
Yeah. It looks like he got part of this. I don't even know what he's doing. What the hell is he doing?
Is he trying to cut a door?
I don't know.
Is he trying to get the height right, then cut across and kick it out and be like, yeah, it's a door now?
I don't know.
And it's almost like the cord of the saw was pulling him towards the saw.
Probably, yeah. I mean, thankfully he got it out from under his ankles.
And how he didn't cut that himself or the bucket in half. The fact that he was able to maneuver around the bucket when he's coming around the world there is impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, look at his knee.
Yeah.
Screw his abdomen. He almost got his knee sliced off.
Yeah. An absolute Fred Astaire tap dance routine.
Yeah, exactly. Right there.
Yeah. The fact that he...
And then
what?
Yeah.
Let me stop that. You're right. That is like a Superman maneuver there, because there's nothing keeping him up, and so he is on the ball of his left foot and he pushes his entire body up. That is
a hell of a thing.
That's exactly what it is. That's how you lift a Volkswagen off of a baby, because there is no reason for him to be... Nobody could do that. Nobody could do that.
No. Unless you're about to eviscerate yourself in half with a saw for being a dumbass.
Yeah, I didn't realize how ridiculous that is when you watch how he lands on the ball of his left foot and somehow lifts himself up. Because where he is now, and he
just look at that.
Up. God,
springs up somehow. Yeah.
It's
amazing
am I
what
alive?
not dying.
I'm alive, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Everything there? My liver's still in place? Okay.
Ooh. A tough day at the office here. Oof. My spleen is still in place, so I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That was a journey today, but we completed it.
This is the show from South Carolina. Next week, be back in occupied Chicago.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, where it's safe.
Right.
Unlike wherever the hell I am.
We're actually trying to be broadcasting live from outside the ice facility with the blow-up frogs and maybe get hit with a pepper ball in the head.
We can only hope.
We can only hope. But it'd still be better than the South Carolina hotel Wi-Fi. Hey, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. I'm gonna push the ending button. I don't think it's gonna actually play, but I'm